Hey.
Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions, Camouflage, Drop Knock. Make sure we ain't forget nobody. Brown. Yeah. History. I did say History in the Making Entertainment. Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did. Off rip.
Know what's happening, man. It's Friday, April 12th, 2024. Got a cool show lined up for y'all tonight. Hope everybody's out having fun, enjoying themselves.
That's what I'm pulling for.
Yeah. Let my guy introduce himself as always.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Farrell Films, a.k.a. Farrell the Most.
How your week been, bro?
Hey, it's been wild, man. It's been wild, man. Actions of my own, just taking everything in.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. It's been a lot of shit going on, I mean, where do we start? We'll start off with our condolences. We lost a legend.
Yes, indeed.
Bay legend yesterday. No matter how y'all feel about that man,
The Farrell Hills finest.
Yeah, so OJ passed yesterday from prostate cancer at the age of 76.
My mother actually gave him his nickname in the projects. His nickname was WH. And that stood for Waterhead.
Damn.
Because when he was small, and she said he walked like he was sickly, and he had this big ass head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody called him Waterhead. So she nicknamed him WH.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But she said by the time he got to high school, he grew into that head.
Oh, okay.
And the speed and everything he had. She said watching him in high school, the videos don't do him justice. She said they would put all 11 dudes on the other team up on the line to try to stop him.
Damn.
But she said his coaches were so racist and the educators were so racist over there in Hunters Point that they didn't do everything they could to make sure OJ made it through school okay.
Wow.
Because despite all the records he was breaking, they still was on some, he ain't going nowhere. And that's how he ended up at City College.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on in. Hey, so our guest is here.
I have a guest in for the night.
Normally we give you an adjustment period, but you're going to have to dive right in.
So
right now we're talking about
OJ
Bay Area
passed.
legend, OJ.
Okay.
So, and of course, the social media is a motherfucker. It was people popping off in their feelings. One of the things that pissed me off, though, was that fucking confused ass motherfucker. Bruce, Caitlin, whatever the fuck your name is.
Oh, yeah, he was out of pocket.
With that bullshit ass tweet. I
them.
don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
I mean, you gotta be politically correct.
I can be politically correct, but if it's fuck you, it's fuck you. Regardless of what you are.
That's right. Tony,
Okay.
That was
You
some
got any chaser?
bullshit.
man.
Oh no.
His fucking tweet, that good riddance tweet. I think, like I said, regardless of how you feel about the person, death is death. You should just, like
Is
the
this
person.
a case of glass houses?
Exactly, especially when you responsible for other people dying too. You fucking, I want to.
But that just go to show. A lot of people, since they don't come outside they bubble, they think that certain things don't happen. But that show that even though Caitlyn is now Caitlyn and no longer Bruce, still in his feelings because his old lady probably would have preferred OJ.
Daughter
If rumors are to be believed. But let me tell you something though. One thing people don't realize though is, see, a lot of people that's older remember, but if you're younger, people don't probably remember or even was aware of the cultural impact that OJ had. Right. The SEC, which is probably the most dominant football conference, Alabama, all them, numerous national titles in that conference. OJ gets to USC. The SEC was all white.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, there was a time when the white boys were considered better, so much better at football that there wasn't even no need to that. So, of course, USC is integrated. OJ is the running back. OJ breaks all records against Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdowns, yards per carry, the whole nine. Bear Bryant, the coach of Alabama, then went to the deans and said,
I need some niggas.
yeah, and that's how
give me some of them
university. That's how the University of Alabama. That's how the University of Alabama, still probably one of the most racist places in America, but the University of Alabama got integrated simply because OJ dominated them so bad that they decided we're gonna need to get some black people in here.
Need some of them motherfuckers on my squad.
Hey, so we have a guest today.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janae Lachey. I'm a model and actress.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is Deshaun.
hi, Deshaun.
our
I
host.
apologize for my tardiness.
It's okay. It's all right. You here?
Now, I made her a promise that we weren't going to grill her with no hard questions, but that's a lie. How do you feel about the situation in the Middle East?
No.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I was gonna say we ain't covering the Middle East tonight. So
One thing that's pissing me off, though, about it, like you had brought up, is that, to me, OJ was this larger than life figure. Like I said, my mother went to school with him.
hey, Frisco.
So, and everything. And then when I played ball way back a long time ago, I wore number 32 because OJ was number 32. And then he made the movies, the commercials.
Yeah.
So when I hear OJ died, my first instinct is, oh man, rest in peace, OJ. All that other shit don't even come into my head.
That shit don't
But there are people who are actually, if you say rest in peace, OJ, on your social media
I made the
platform,
post. I wish a motherfucker would.
there's people who are getting upset. And I understand you can have mixed feelings. I don't have no mixed feelings.
Make sure.
They found the man not guilty. So everything else between him and God. But I'm thinking, like, how is this man bringing out such strong emotion? Like, you don't know OJ. Why would you go against me over OJ? You don't know OJ.
Right. I mean, yeah. Rest in peace, OJ.
How'd you feel about it when you heard the news?
Okay, so I feel like my opinion is a little bit,
Well, that's why you
I don't want
give
to
a
say,
different opinion.
yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
say it's
it's okay.
not biased, but I'm so much younger, and I think at that time when
She
the
just
trials
called
got-
me old lightweight, but that's cool. We're going to let that fly.
It was, what was it, 95?
95.
Yeah, I was 2 years old then. But
shit.
I do have, I have memories of like hearing my mom and stuff talk about it. And one thing that she did mention was the idea of domestic violence was the big thing that was something that this case kind of put a focal point on. It wasn't so much, OJ is a black man, or the the whole thing with Nicole Smith being a white woman. It was more or less, she focused more on, with the message with us was the importance of definitely taking victims seriously when it
True.
comes to domestic violence, and
Definitely.
talking about different things when it comes to deviant relationships, and men as well, because men can be victims as well. So that was really the main takeaway for me when it came to the trials with O.J. Simpson.
Well, being old, one thing as I explained to my son, I said, we never even knew nothing about, say, date rape and those type of things until Mike Tyson, which was like 91.
Hold on, let me just say. And if you do any of that shit,
Right.
fuck you.
Right. But I said, like, because, my sons were condemning Bill Cosby to the lowest layers of hell. And I was saying, are you judging him by our modern standards? Because there's certain things that go on now that you will get locked up for. But in 1979 or 1983, cultural mentalities have shifted. But there was
True.
things that went on back in those days.
Oh,
that
that'll
people
get you
look the other way
ostracized.
on.
And, True.
Like, for instance, my grandfather was 25 and my grandmother was 15. And
wrong.
a lot of y'all out there, if you check your grandparents' birth certificates, 20s, teens, this and that.
Yeah.
Well, then, and that was completely acceptable back then. In fact, when I was in junior high, there would be dudes who would come and pick up girls from the school
Mm-hmm.
in their cars with beat.
That's
There would even be dudes that would come to the school to fight us over her. She said he was talking crazy to me. Letting a full-grown man with a car pull up to a junior high now, picking up his girlfriend, you'll be incarcerated. But people looked the other way during those days. So that is one thing about the OJ trial, is that domestic violence was kind of swept under the rug before that, and then it was like, hey, this ain't
beating
cool.
women is wrong regardless.
Hmm?
I said beating women is wrong
Oh
regardless.
yeah, but there was people that really would look the other way. When I was a kid, there would be women in my family who would get beat, and they would come to the house, and my grandmother would send them back, and basically let them know whatever you did to make them mad.
Oh, you gotta stop
Right.
making him mad.
But if one of my daughters came,
I'm coming out with the flamethrowers, twin flame.
I'm coming with that thing.
You
We ain't
think-
sending you back over there. And if she begged me not to go with that thing, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, I ain't going with that thing, but you're not going back over there. And if he show up over here,
Yeah.
That's some different shit.
it's curtains.
I think it has to do with the generational differences. I think because even though, this is not something that I grew up with in my own household, but I remember hearing stories about, like, my mom talking about aunties and stuff like that in different situations. Her aunties coming to her house and my grandma's house and stuff like that, and going through situations like that. And I think that a lot of times, and maybe I don't want to say this is necessarily a slavery thing, but I'm just going to speak specifically from the Black community because that's our experience. It was a silent generation back then, A lot of times we were taught to just take it, And I think after a certain
No
time,
diddy.
yeah.
He said, take that. Yeah, no diddy.
No, but like, you think of civil rights and stuff like that. Like, we started to stand up for ourselves, and I think a lot of that started to like the idea of what goes on in the household stays in the household. People start to look around and start to say, okay, we fight for our rights, but what about what is actually, morals and character wise, so to speak.
Because
Yeah.
just using my anecdotal evidence of my own family,
Yeah.
we are really good at victimizing each other.
Yeah.
And then the patriarchal type things, we're really good at that. Like I saw a video on Twitter the other day, and I guess this young lady, apparently her father got word she had sex. She looked, she maybe 13 or 14. So he's beating her relentlessly on camera. And I'm thinking, first off, I'm never going to put a video of me beating one of my kids. I'm not going to humiliate one of them.
Right.
And then I'm like, and then there were a couple of people who had the opinion of me like, man, that's just slave master tactics, right? But then there were so many people in there praising them for beating them, and people talking about, oh, if I hadn't got beat, I would have been. I'm sitting there like, Lord, what is wrong with our people that we just, man, that's a vestige of
Cognitive
slavery.
dissonance.
Absolutely.
The beatings and all that. And I'm like, because I have a lot of family members who got beat relentlessly, and they're still on parole. So beating didn't keep them out of prison. In fact, a lot of people in prison got beat, disciplined, all that good stuff. So so that is maybe a vestige or carry down from
I think so.
slavery.
When I think I'm just thinking about it just from a generational standpoint. I think that is something that definitely plays a role. A lot of the times when we spoke up, we weren't believed. In those days and stuff like that. And women's rights have come so far within the last, in the 20th century. At one point, a woman was seen as a man's property. Literally.
In some societies, not necessarily
in
America.
the Pilgrim Society, I see that. It wasn't in the melanated community until they started offering public assistance and kicked the man out the house. But that's a whole nother story.
I had a situation not too long ago in my family, some distant relatives, and one of them was saying that when they were little, this particular person touched them, right?
And that's
And
actually
everybody is
got to go.
going hard in the family to say that this person is lying.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember being a kid and hearing the women say, "Don't leave him around the kids." I remember that.
Yeah, hearing them type of stories. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember
They
that
say he got the
distinctly.
sugar.
I
Yeah,
didn't
a little
witness
sugar in
nothing,
his tank.
but I remember don't leave him around the kids. Don't leave him around the girls. And now somebody is saying he touched, and now everybody's saying, I don't believe that. They lying. They making that up. And I'm sitting there like,
You
I
know,
don't think they lying.
Negroes swept everything under the rug.
I don't think they lying. I don't think they lying at all. Cause
Yeah.
I remember hearing,
Right.
ear hustling, but I
Right.
remember hearing, hey, don't leave him around the kids.
Right.
Yeah. Negroes
You
swept
know,
shit under
but
the rug.
we was good for sweeping things under the rug and not acknowledging and not being honest and letting bygones be bygones. But it's easy to be let a bygone be bygone when you're the victim.
Right.
Let's just move forward. Let's just pray on it.
Go to Big Mama's house and talk about it.
Or not talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So how do you feel about everybody piling in on the boy Diddy?
You want my opinion as far as what I think?
And not in regards to guilt or innocence,
okay.
but just how people are. Because right now, like I saw this thing from Farrakhan who said, right now, it's accusations and allegations and indictments, but the rush to judgment, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. How do you feel about that?
What I honestly feel is this, just based on everything that is going on in the media, similar to what you just said about, the family member, I feel that if there's a bunch of people saying the same thing, that there's a high probability that it is true. And I think that when Cassie, decided to sue him for that, what was it, $30 million? I think that pretty much opened up the floodgates. And the fact that he settled the next day. In my opinion, the way it looks is that if I was not, I mean, it couldn't, to play devil's advocate, it could have been a situation, maybe he just didn't want to go through that process of a trial. But in my opinion, if somebody settles as quickly as the next day, then there may be some truth to what the other person could be saying. Because you may not want, and to a degree, I mean, if I was going back a few months ago, based on what is all coming out, I see why, if this is true, why Diddy decided to settle the next day, because he didn't want all this stuff to come out, because this is a lot of stuff, and the rabbit hole is really getting deep at this point.
It's very deep.
And I think if I was him, based on what she said, and I think it was like a 37-page document sort of thing, and what she detailed, he probably wanted them problems to go away quickly if it was something that he did, wasn't really involved in, Allegedly. I'm gonna have to say that.
Fuck you, Diddy.
Here's my thing. Just like when they did the Surviving R. Kelly, my thing is that some of the people coming forward and some of the people bearing witness, to me, y'all was enabling this. So you don't get hero. You don't get no hero reward. Like we know, like in the case of R. Kelly, we know since the '90s that he had a tendency towards little girls. So all these bodyguards, assistants, producers, and people that was around him, and then they all appeared on the documentary, some with tears in their eyes.
Tears in their eyes, and they was cashing them checks.
You was helping secure this, so you are.
They all accountable.
Yeah.
And in order for Diddy to have been carrying on like this for all these years with this many people,
there's a lot of people.
There was a lot of people
involved,
who were participants in his antics. So I want to see, like they got this bodyguard that keeps doing interviews on YouTube.
I know you're talking about.
And he's like, we'll do it.
I think it's Gene.
I was like, man, Gene, you didn't quit. This was so morally reprehensible to you, and you was right there. Because if somebody does something in front of me that I find immoral, I'm gonna be like, oh, blood, I'm out.
Can't fuck with you.
I'm out.
Gotta go. But enough of the negative shit. Let's switch to some positive shit. How you doing, sister?
I'm doing good.
Let's talk about you. Tell people who you are, where you. Yeah, tell people who you are, where you from. Enough of the deadbeats.
Okay, Well, I'm originally born and raised in San Francisco. I've been modeling for 2 years or so. Just recently getting into acting in your movie,
Yeah.
actually.
Yes, indeed.
That's my my next big thing actually that I'm working on right now is our film together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, a little bit off topic, but
Okay.
that's got something to do with your modeling
Okay.
and stuff like this. Do you have a dentist? Because you literally have perfect teeth. I'm like, don't you have like perfect teeth? I just know like you have like a perfect smile. Is that natural or did it get worked on?
No, okay, so I was born with these teeth.
Okay.
But
There
something that I do use to keep my teeth whitened is I use Crest whitening strips. And I also brush my teeth with peroxide and baking soda too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because one of the things I noticed when I would go to modeling shows and I would see you there is that how, and not saying that the other girls are ugly, I'm not saying that, but your whole total package would usually transcend some of your contemporaries.
Mhm.
You know, so, in layman's terms, you look better than everybody else. And has that been a gift or a curse for you? Because, sometimes I know that could breed jealousy, but it could also get you in through doors.
I will say that I think it's been a benefit, especially in the area of modeling. I feel like I have a pretty universal look that can pretty much make any outfit transcend sort of thing. And when it comes to you said, is it a curse? I don't want to say that it necessarily is, but it does have its moments where I definitely sometimes question the validity of people, when it comes to if they want to be in my circle or not.
Okay.
Ooh, that was
So-
well said.
Yeah. Okay. So, when did you get into modeling? Let's get into you.
Okay, so it's all started when a photographer reached out to me on Instagram and he wanted to shoot me. Pretty much, he liked my photos, and I shot with him for maybe like the first almost year or so, and I did a couple of other things at that point. But I decided to really take it seriously after I did my first fashion show, which happened to be on my birthday as well. So back in 2022. So my birthday pretty much marks every year that I've been modeling. So we just passed 2 years. My birthday is March 6th.
You just get it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. So, well, let me see. What productions have you done? Modeling, shoots?
Like fashion shows.
Yeah, fashion shows. Yeah, what have you done?
I've done a lot. I've done a ton of fashion shows here in Oakland, San Francisco, and then I've been recently getting into Silicon Valley, down in San Jose and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, that's what's
So I'm
up.
pretty tapped in the Bay Area for the most part. So I'm a little
That's
bit
where the
everywhere.
big money is.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley.
So, here's a question: like for most women, did you? Growing up in your younger teenagers, I'm not going to ask you how old you are because you're not supposed to ask me
I know
how
how
old
she
you
is.
are. But I'm saying, did you grow up being like, I want to be a model? Was that something you wanted to do growing up, and you was like, I'm gonna do it one day? Or is it just like you said,
Honestly,
motherfucker reached out like, hey, I want to take some pictures of you?
no. Throughout my childhood, I actually got told that I could be a model, but I just was a skinny girl, and I really didn't have that much confidence when I was younger, so I really didn't see myself as a model. So whenever people would compliment me, I really didn't see it, and I just took it with a grain of salt. And I continued to. I mean, I heard it all the way up into my adulthood as well. I think when the photographer actually took the first step and reached out to me, that kind of pulled me into it. I don't think I would have sought it myself, even after hearing all that and stuff like that. So
Okay, that's
Are you
cool.
enjoying it?
yeah, I have a lot of fun modeling.
I was about to
It
say,
keeps me very busy.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any particular exercise routine or anything to keep ready, or is it just genetics?
Well, since I'm a little bit older than most, I do exercise. I tend to exercise maybe 3 to 4 times a week. I eat I eat relatively healthy, maybe a salad a day, but I also love my good food. I'm a foodie as well.
Okay.
So, I try, and maybe I have a drink or two once a week. So, yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, this my drink day is Friday. My one day a week.
So, what's next for you in the modeling field? Like, I know a lot of people do like that Atlanta circuit, New York Fashion Week. Are we going to see you on those things?
I would like to go to New York and do New York Fashion Week. I think my next big thing is really getting signed as a commercial model to one of the agencies out here in the Bay, and if not in the Bay, I'll go down to LA. So.
Okay. And like we talked earlier, you're jumping into acting. How you feeling it so far?
It's fun. I realized that with modeling, and that was something that I think that the acting opportunity actually has come at the right time, because I felt like modeling was starting to get a little boring a little bit, because it's fun, don't get me wrong, doing fashion shows and doing photo shoots, and when you see yourself, it's like, wow, okay, I produced this nice project. But it's different when you get to showcase your personality, and you don't even necessarily have to be yourself. You get to be somebody else, and that's really fun. And you get to it actually, for me, it's been me pulling from areas of myself that I haven't really pulled from. So it has been a challenge, I will say, but it's been fun, and it's helping me learn myself better as a person.
So,
That's deep.
so, because I know Farrell said you're working on his project. Have you worked on any other project, or is this your first one?
I'm currently in a play right now as well.
Shout it out. Speak on it.
We guess who? Our good friend Danielle Monique.
Yeah,
Shout out to Danielle. Dream Team.
Yeah,
Stay
Dream
on me.
Team. Yeah, so.
And you're the beauty of the month, right?
I am the beauty of the month.
Yes.
Salute.
Good old Danielle. She's been a guest down here several times.
Yeah.
And she's appeared in a couple of my films so far. You know what I'm saying? So we've been politicking with Danielle for quite a while.
Yeah. So what's the name of the play?
Yeah.
Let the people know so they can.
With the Minnesota folks that came.
Yeah.
So Cheddar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the homie. He was, matter of fact, he was going live earlier.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys gotta stay tuned for that. We have we're gonna release our actual tour dates soon. So yeah, stay tuned.
Now, I know they're going to Minnesota and Chicago and a couple other places. Are you going to go on the road with it?
More than likely, yes.
That's big right there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Where can people find you on social media? Who wants to follow you?
Yes, I'm at _Janae XO, and Janae is spelled JANEEXO.
Y'all got that? Make sure y'all follow this sister. She going places, doing things.
Yes, indeed. Hey, I see Tommy is watching. Let me squeeze by. Yes. Shout out to Tommy, my favorite kid.
His favorite kid. So also this week, well, what was it? This week or the last week and a half, been interesting stuff in the entertainment world. Mm-hmm. We had J. Cole do a response to Kendrick's verse on Future, and then he apologized for him being out of character. So
He went out like a sucker.
I was finna ask y'all opinions. So I'll start with you, sister.
Honestly, I haven't heard it. So.
Okay.
Well, as an artistic person, if you did for some reason had to diss someone or let someone know, would you A, stand on it, or would you come back and be like, you know what, I'm sorry?
I'm gonna stand on it. I said it.
Gotcha.
Your daughter said he was noble to apologize.
Oh, he went out like a sucker.
I mean, I see it. Well, no, actually, go to you.
In my opinion, he went out like a sucker, and the reason why I say that is because he knows how Kendrick gets down. A few years ago, Kendrick dropped that Control verse, went at all them, so he knows that Kendrick is aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing this already, knowing their past history, why did you let yourself? You got to have more discernment than that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let yourself get baited into bullshit. You know, and he let himself get baited on behalf of Drake. And now Kendrick is sawing your head off, and you like, oh no, I just want to apologize. I was out of character. I'm bigger than that. No, what they say in The Wire, when you go to war, you go to war, and even if it proves to be a lie, you stand on the lie. If I go off half-cocked on behalf of some of my folks, even if I find out that shit is all fucked up, I'm still going to be like, well, you know what? Fuck y'all anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I choose violence sometimes, but I see he should have stood on it one thing, yeah. But I'm more like, why the fuck the light-skinned dude ain't respond yet? That's where I ain't even tripping on J. Cole's mediocre, and that his response. I told people that shit was diet weed. It wasn't it. His response was not it. And I know bars, and I'm witty as fuck in wordplay, so I caught everything he was saying. But it was
no, Tommy, it's true.
That's just some bullshit. His response was whack. It was mediocre. Him responding and saying, you know, I apologize out of character. I can respect it on a sense because he like, man, I don't want this because he wasn't the intended. He just caught a stray. Let's keep it a buck. He caught a stray. Those bars was aimed at Drake.
Mm-hmm.
He just caught a stray from affiliation, association, because he was on the song.
It's just big me. That's what hurt his feelings.
Exactly.
But see, once again,
but we still ain't heard from Aubrey.
Yeah.
That's my.
How
his
you gonna
writers
be
don't work.
Platinum like Cole.
His writers. I'm wondering his writers' pen don't work. That's who I want to hear from. He ain't said nothing, and it's been.
Cause he don't want it. He don't want it with Kendrick.
It's been some.
Who's the better rapper, Kendrick or Drake?
Lyrically,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have to say Kendrick.
Thank you. Thank you. You just restored my faith in the younger generation.
Yes, the younger people know. Definitely. So that's just me, you know. And you know me, lyricist. I'm
Drake make good music too.
He do.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he make good music. He do. I ain't go front. But some of that shit be for I don't know.
Hey, I really like that house album that he dropped.
I don't think I listened to that. But
yeah, a lot of people didn't. I think it's his worst selling album, but that's the one that's like, I'm like, yeah, I like that. And don't get me wrong, I like Drake in general, but man, that dude be all over the place.
Right, Vaughn, I feel you.
With supermodels, then I seen with Sexy Red holding her stomach, and I was like, I'm talking about like, that man is just does a lot.
Not a lot.
I mean, I guess if I was a superstar, he's living the life I would actually live because I would be all over the place. Because you're going to find me at the White House with Joe Biden, and then you go find me in the projects. You know.
You ain't going to find me with Sleepy Joe, but yeah.
Well, I mean, but we also found him with Sexy Red. If you're going to be with Sexy Red, you might as well be with Joe Biden.
You're not going to find me with her either. Not no diss to her.
No, Sexy Red is kind of an entertaining character. I bet the real Sexy Red is probably like a librarian.
I mean, her personally, she probably cool as hell. You already know how I feel about some of that.
She probably just sit around reading books, don't do
That's
none
cool
of
as
that
fuck.
shit.
But then why? Never mind. You already know. You be your authentic self.
How do you feel about Sexy Red? She calls you today and says, "I want you to be in my video tomorrow."
I will say I did go to the Sexy Red concert.
You did?
I did. And she actually put on a great show.
Pregnant
or not, yeah.
You skied?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Some videos.
Yeah.
So we will catch you in a Sexy Red video one day. Let's speak it into existence.
No. I said it from the concert.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's speak that into existence.
Oh, I don't know if I want to be in a video. I enjoy her music though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
You got reservations. I see.
She's an entertainer for sure.
There you go. See, thank you. You said it right. She's an entertainer. I give you that. I'm not knocking. So don't nobody be like, he knocking her. No, I'm not. It's just certain stuff I listen to and certain stuff I don't. But that ski you was slapping though.
Hey, you know what?
Just because I was watching all the ass shaking videos to it. That's it.
Not me. I would never disrespect women and look at ass shaking videos. That's him.
When he got his shades on, saying it.
Hey, but for real though,
Yeah.
I remember when I first heard it, and it was that my booty hole.
Oh, that shit! Nah,
right?
that shit. I couldn't.
And all I
listen to
can
that.
think about is
I couldn't listen to that.
because you know
Let's
that
not
every
even
time
go
in your
there.
life you have a moment when you realize, ooh, I done got old.
Mhm.
When I heard that shit, and I was like, this what everybody listening to? I'm like, oh, I done got old. And I said, thank goodness I wasn't the manager, because I would have been like, nah, it erased it, and the shit was a big ass hit.
Yeah.
So I'm completely out of touch with what's going on.
We in different time, different age.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, in my
Shout
era,
out to
Lil
the
Kim
youth.
them said some really wild,
Yeah.
wild things too.
Oh, she was a beast with it. She said, "You should have lips. You used to be scared of the dick."
Now,
Like-
the evolution, you've modeled, now you're acting. At some point, a manager's going to come to you and say, hey, we're going to need you to spit some bars. We're going to drop an album.
I need you to sing.
What are you doing when he says that to you?
I might try. I might try to spit some bars. I'm not gonna lie.
Because you ain't never wrote a rap before?
Never wrote a rap before.
Ain't never freestyled?
No, don't put me on the spot.
No, I wasn't put you on the spot. I was just saying, have you ever freestyled? Issa Rae used to be in that show Insecure. She used to be in the mirror spitting bars. But at some point, as your evolution as an artist, they're gonna want you to make an album or something like that. You up for it?
I mean, I'll try. You know, it's a lot of yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll try.
There you go.
You might sell a certain amount of albums just basically by your picture on the cover. That might get some. Oh no, that's old school. He going in and was like, oh wow, this person's really nice looking. Let me buy
You
this.
used to do that?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, don't even know the artist.
No.
He's talking about the amoeba.
Yeah, the Leah Falls, the Rasputin's Dash. You know, in fact, way back when, before your time, people would go and they go sign rappers. They would go get a P.O. box in Compton to put that on the album. So any inquiries, so when people would pick up the album, even though it's a group they never heard of, they'd be like, oh, they from Compton. And people would buy it.
Oh.
And then you dress them up in some khaki suits and stuff like that. They could be from Nebraska, anywhere, but you dress them up.
Make them look like they're from LA.
And then the album, back of the album say Compton, and people would actually buy it. All jokes to the side, people would really buy it. That's why people rep so hard. If the album said it was from Brooklyn, or if they said it was from Compton, people bought it.
That's true.
Without even hearing it.
That's true.
And get disappointed as fuck.
But back to you and your endeavors.
I'm saying all that to say we're going to put your album as you were from Compton.
No, she's from Frisco.
I was about to say, no, we're not doing that.
We're gonna put the scout. She's gonna represent.
What was it like growing up in the Scope for you?
Like everywhere. I mean, every major city, I would say. I feel like I had a different world because, you know, growing up in the hood, you know, I'm from the Mo. And
From the filthy.
I'm from the filthy.
From the
And going to private school, it was like a lot
shit.
of like, you know, code switching. It's like at home we one way and then you had to go to school. It's like it's like,
Right.
it's like very different. It's like a night and day cultural shift.
You got school clothes and play clothes. That's what we grew up. That's the era I grew up in.
I had weekend clothes and uniform for sure. Yes.
Did you have a lot of fights?
No, I didn't. I wasn't a fighter.
Hey, a lot of people ain't fighters. When you're not a fighter, sometimes you get in more fights
No,
because
I
people
didn't.
think you're
I
easy
didn't
lick.
I didn't have to fight like that. No.
Oh, okay. You must got a cousin that would come through and regulate. Shout out to your cousin.
No, I didn't get into too much. I was a relatively quiet kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you still quiet, or are you dancing on the tables in the nightclubs now? Because, you know, as being an entertainer, I know people are expecting you to be larger than life.
I don't feel like I have to do all that. I think my presence is enough, to be honest. I think that I live by the by the statement of it's not on me, it's in me. Yeah, so I don't have to do all that.
You so well. You so well stated. Yeah. I mean, she gives such well spoken answers. You have some media training or something? Okay. I guess
she already told you.
It's
Yeah.
just in you. Okay.
So
Hey,
he
Poppy
said it.
following you. Oh boy, it's just
I
in
said,
me.
this is what it is. This is
This
me.
is the Larry June school.
She's like, this is me.
Yeah, I gotta do all that. My presence is enough. Okay, okay, spit that game. Okay.
All right. We appreciate the confidence, and rightfully so.
Thank you.
So, as we're in spring now, and that's New Year's for you dumb motherfuckers.
There ain't no New Year's in the dead of winter.
What do you have coming up? What can we look forward to besides? I know you're working with Farrell on his film, his project. What you got coming for the summer and we get into the fall? What 2024 and beyond look like?
I'm definitely trying to do a few more fashion shows that I'm trying to get on the books, and then a few more photo shoots and stuff like that. So pretty much the main thing right now. I think I'm going to try to transition more into the acting and look for more opportunities from on that end of things. Because I want to get more experience, and then work on different projects and stuff like that. So
Okay, that's what's up.
Now I've noticed looking at your Instagram and stuff that you're very stylish and stuff like that. And that being in the fashion world on the modeling aspect, are you ever going to switch over to maybe designing or your own clothing line?
to be honest with you, I definitely have thought about designing, but even before that, I've thought about influencing. Just showing people how to put fits together because I don't really like to spend money on my clothes like that. But I also know how to put things together. I think that it's very important to kind of mix and match. Like I feel like I have a pretty classic sort of wardrobe, so to speak, and it's only simply because I feel like it's when you keep a classic wardrobe, you don't have to constantly change what you're wearing. And it's, with the fast fashion, you got to kind of keep up with what's in style. And I think there will probably be an audience that could benefit from that.
Okay.
My style sense. So, yeah.
I look forward to seeing.
I have no fashion style at all. Is there something that you could suggest for me?
Take them goddamn shades off. Nah.
These is Lokes, man.
Oh, your Lokes. All
If
right,
he was still alive, this is what he'd be wearing.
Okay.
What type of fashion sense do you like? Are you a casual or are you like a more dressed up guy?
I'll show up to a funeral dressed like this.
Just like this? Okay. I think it's always important to have a good pair of jeans. Shoes are important as well. It's like making sure they are clean. It doesn't matter what they are, but I think keeping your shoes clean is always
Take these
something
tips, fellas.
that is important.
Is that one of the first things you look at when you see a dude? Because I know a lot of women say they look at the shoes first.
Yeah. I know dirty shoes are in nowadays, but I mean it depends on the shoe that's dirty. Yeah, you can wear some dirty Vans. That's okay. Maybe not too dirty, but they can be a little dirty. But certain shoes, they just you just can't do that. But yeah, I think that those are the main things and stuff when it comes to a guy because um, whatever you wear. I mean, you can wear a t-shirt, but I feel like as long as you look clean and presentable, and when it comes to haircuts and making sure you're groomed, that is what matters for sure. And make sure you smell good because women love cologne.
Get yourselves together, fellas. You're getting it straight from the source right now.
Pay attention. She dropping gems.
That one chick who just told you no, she ain't even gonna tell you why. So now you getting it.
Now you know. Your shoes was dusty.
The shoes is dusty and your clothes look like you literally picked them up off the ground and threw them on.
Stop putting on clothes out the hamper, the dirty clothes hamper.
They might forgive you if they catch you in the middle of the grocery store, like, oh, he slipped something on the run to the store. But if you're in the middle of your actual business day and you look like you just rolled out of bed, it's not cracking.
It's not working. Exactly. I wish me, I dress up with my arms sling, so we t-shirt down today.
And it can be is that
Men make the clothes.
hygiene and groom exactly, and grooming properly, and you smell it. So
So I had an uncle that ruined me because one day we was like, man, how we get flying? He said, man, get your bankroll and get you a bigger shirt. You cool? And we was ruined from there.
Doesn't always work.
But if you got a cool rep for, for making moves and stuff, sometimes you can get a pass on certain things that other fellas can't. But since you other dudes don't get it like I get it, y'all better pay attention.
And you'll get that at 3 in the morning.
Cause no, I see a lot of that on like the social media dudes, these incels or whatever you want to call them. But dudes really be mad because of one. Like some women be like, "Oh, I want a man that's 6 feet tall. Or I want a man that's that and this and that." And some cats be like really taking it personal, right? And be like mad or like attacking them in the comments and this and that. And I be like, "Why are you so mad if she got standards?" Don't you got some standards too? You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to say them standards don't mean nothing because I got partners that's 5'3" that got harems, but they bosses. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's my term? Conversation run the nation. Procrastination is a violation.
How do you feel about that? Like when men approach you, and they not quite your type, and then they get to acting like you stuck up or something like that, or get hostile towards you. How do you feel about that? Because it seems like this new generation of men is kind of in child. The younger generation of men be coming off to me like, I mean, we used to have to talk in our generation. We had to talk, had to plan a nice date. You know what I'm saying? I understand now. Cats be feeling like certain things that we used to do was corny. Like, oh, I was thinking of you. Let's go get out. Like certain shit is corny. But we was raised by Elder Barge and them. How do you feel about this new generation of men that feel like all they gotta do is show up and you supposed to just, even if they got on dirty tennis shoes, this, that, and the other?
I personally haven't had any personal experiences with that. But
okay, niggas know not to even come to you with that.
They scared to approach. They like,
but I feel like to a degree, dating should be traditional. I think the male should approach the woman, sort of thing. And I think that this whole idea of what can you do for me, and I think on both sides when it comes to men and women, the idea of what can you do for me is a little bit egotistical. And I think that women bring things to the table that men appreciate just because she's a woman and she has certain qualities, and the same with a man. Men have certain qualities that a woman does not possess, but we appreciate as well. And I think that those are what people should show up with. They should show up with their character, as opposed to what is it in for me, what is in it for me, or what can you do for me, so to speak.
So the guy pulls up and he says, "Hey, let's go have coffee."
He just says, "Hey, let's go have coffee." There's
Well, no, like the context is
Oh,
there's
yeah,
some
like,
women
oh.
that's saying
Yeah,
there's some
yeah,
women
you
that's
gotta
saying
paint the whole
okay?
picture.
coffee
Okay?
date and stuff like
Okay,
that, or
okay, yeah.
or let's go for a walk, and it's
Okay.
like, oh nigga, that's broke nigga activities.
The idea of a coffee date is, I'm not opposed to it, and the reason why is because the older that I'm getting, I'm realizing that when it comes to meeting people, sometimes you don't want to sit. And this is my personal opinion, so y'all don't come for me.
They ain't coming.
They on their way.
Okay.
They gonna listen. They gonna learn. They got their learning hat on.
Educate.
I feel like I don't have that much time to give to a person, and if it is something that is not quite a match, I don't want to sit there for 2 hours versus maybe 30 minutes or an hour having a conversation. It's just like, okay, after this coffee, I'm done drinking this little 8 ounce or 10 ounce coffee. We're kind of done. We go about the rest of our day. I'd rather have small meetings now at this stage in my life and to the build up, instead of just necessarily. Well, I don't want to say instead of, but I'm okay with a dinner and I'm okay with a coffee date. But I think the younger version of me would have been offended if a guy asked me to go on a coffee date versus now. I think I'd be more open to it just simply because I don't want my time wasted. If it's not a match, and I think the guy the idea of I know you guys saw that TikTok video where that woman got upset when the guy took her to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh
Yes.
The Cheesecake Factory is perfectly fine by me. I like the Cheesecake Factory. I would
I
have been
like
okay.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for a first date, a guy shouldn't have to break the bank. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking about it from a guy's perspective. If I'm a single man and I am dating, you could be dating maybe two or three women at a time or whatever your situation is. And you're spending $100, $200 on each of these women every single day. That's a lot. And you know, in the early, especially in the early stages of dating, everybody's not going to get the same treatment, you know, and there's nothing wrong with treating somebody to a coffee until you get to know them, you know. But just coming out the gate and spending all that money, and I don't think, I mean, I know I've thought about it. I don't know if other women have thought about it. But if I was a man, I wouldn't be trying to spend all that on no first date for sure. You know, now if I like you, we have a rapport, then okay, you know. But for the first meeting, no.
I feel you on that. Because, you know, and some of these guys are trying to date outside their tax bracket. And, if you're driving a forklift, you shouldn't be up in roof, Chris. Especially on the first date. You should be maybe there on your anniversary or her birthday or something. But on the first date,
If you got it, you got it.
on the first date, you don't even
Tricking
know
is tricking.
you don't even know.
And
And here's another thing. In my era, one good thing about my era is if women wasn't feeling you, they shot you down. In this modern era, what I'm seeing is that if a cat be like, man, can we go get something to eat? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there like, man, we was a dinner, man, and she ain't even into me. Like, well, what was your build up before you even did you even take a chance to even have a conversation with her to even see if she was feeling you before you asked her out?
Right.
And I will say this, you know, just as much as I think the men in those situations, they have to hold themselves accountable because I'm sure that there had to be some signs.
They read them wrong.
Exactly. You may have missed some signs, and maybe I don't know. I mean, it could be just a text conversation. Did y'all talk on the phone? Like, how did that go? You know, and were you reading between the lines on the context clues? Did she seem interested, or did she seem super interested after you said, "Hey, let's go here"?
Right.
You know. So
instead of being mad at the lady, be
be
mad at your own discernment that you didn't take any steps to try to get to know. Because me, I'm going to try to hold some type of conversation. I don't want to be sitting across from the table from a complete stranger playing 21 questions. You know?
I figure you got to be nice, cool.
But some of these cats, like we said, cats don't even want to hold no conversation. So what's up with it? Let's link up Friday. All right, yeah, nigga, we can link up Friday. Feed me. And then be like, oh man, she just wanted me for my money.
Well, that's what you offer.
You're offering nothing in this equation, but I got money.
Yeah, I get that. But
yeah, that is true.
You get what you throw out.
You get what you pay for, even if you're not trying to pay. You're gonna pay like you weigh. But like in the famous words of a well-known model, it's not on me.
It's in me.
It's in me.
So, how are you dating? You have a guy? If you want to share that, I mean, how do you? Because I couldn't. I think I just look at because I'm like the old dude on the Muppet Show at the top. You know, I just sit and watch everything and shit and just crack up. How is this dating scene now? If you're,
you want me to share my status?
Go for it.
Well one thing I want to know is...
Yeah, I'm asking you a multifaceted question.
Privilege?
So, yes, I think I do. I do.
Okay. So you probably are getting treated nicer and better than the average woman.
And I can see that.
Much deserved.
I think that also too, you know, the way I carry myself, and I think the energy that I put out, I think guys kind of know what is to be expected of them.
Well, like we said, niggas know not to even come to you with that.
Conversation runs the nation. All conversation ain't verbal, motherfuckers.
fact, 90% of the conversation is
No,
this
I
body
like it.
language, vibes, energy, whatever you want to call it. But it's all the same. Are you connecting with this person on any level before you pull out your wallet?
Right.
And then you said, as far as dating right now, so I am single and dating. And dating has been, I think because I'm looking now at this point in my life, I'm looking for very specific things. So I don't want to say it's hard because it's not really hard to get a date, so to speak, but it has been a journey when it comes in the when it comes to actually finding somebody that I actually see something long term with. Now, when I'm looking at it from that perspective, then the dating pool is definitely pretty small for me.
Pee in it.
Yeah.
How tolerant are you? Because some women are willing to put up with a lot, and some people have zero tolerance for any type of missteps.
Pharaoh, what you think?
I think you have zero tolerance.
Okay.
I think you have zero tolerance for the games and the goofiness. But hey,
Fuck boys need not apply.
I just thought we'd put it out there.
You already know. Like,
Yeah, fuck boys. Don't think about it. Step your something up.
Yeah. I got one of my coworkers. He's a young dude, and he's out there, right? And he went on a date with a young lady and got fallen down drunk, and she left him, and now he's like, oh man, she ain't even returning my calls. Like, hey, you were falling down drunk on the first date. No, and you had to work to even get that date. So it, nah, dog. Say, or you just gotta like, and let that be the advice to a lot of you younger dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? Just there's no such thing as if you got good conversation and you carry yourself well. There's actually no such thing as a person that's completely unapproachable. It's just that if you do decide to approach, just approach correct. Be sincere in your intentions and don't do goofy shit like get falling down drunk on the date. You know, just be in control of
Be able to
yourself.
have an intelligent conversation and remember the things they say because they pay attention if you're paying attention, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that's the lesson for you motherfuckers today. Pay attention. And once again, fuck boys do not apply. You can follow and like her pages and pics and shit. That's cool. But stay in your lane.
That's right. At
Stay out the DMs though, unless you're talking about something.
Right.
At underscore Janae XO, and Janae is spelled JANEE.
That's right. You heard it, you felt it. We know you're gonna love it. Follow, like, subscribe.
And do this other thing. If you look at her page and be like, oh wow, she's really beautiful or this and that, then come on out and support. Actually, get in the comments, share her content when she shows videos and stuff like that. Yeah. Share her content, and if she's doing a fashion show or something like that, get up, man, and come on down, buy a ticket, come on out and support the event. Let's support breed support. Because a lot of these artists and creatives here in the Bay Area, one of the reasons why we have to go to New York, we have to go to Atlanta, we have to go to LA, is that this region doesn't really support on the economic level. We don't buy tickets, we don't come out to events, we don't share posts.
In the chat, give it to me, so underscore, hold on. My arm, oh, that hurt. Underscore, go ahead.
JANEE XO.
That's on IG.
Yeah.
Alright, boom. I just put it in the chat for y'all that was asking. There you go. And I'm typing so fast, I spelled Instagram wrong. That is not, that's the typo.
Hey,
So, as Pharaoh is, we're multitasking this evening. So back to you as we get ready to close out. I put in the chat her IG so y'all can follow. You got anybody you want to shout out? Teams, anybody you want to shout out? What you're doing? Upbringing, your parents, anybody? Just say what you want to say. Talk to the people.
I definitely want to shout out my mother. She raised an incredible young woman.
Shout out to the queen.
Yeah, definitely want to shout out Dream Team. Definitely, Danielle has been a great support to me throughout this whole process for sure. Appreciate Pharaoh for casting me in his movie and inviting me to Cognac Confessions tonight. And I appreciate Confessionals, excuse me.
It's okay. I'll tell you the story behind that.
And I appreciate you as well for having me on.
Definitely. I told him I was like, make sure it happen. You know, we collabing. We always looking to introduce people, and you know, your people that know you get to learn us. My people get to learn you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about networking. We, you know, it's that's how we get. We fly. You want to go fast? Go by yourself. You want to go far? Go as a group. Pharaoh. Pharaoh is Pharaoh Films. You can find him at Pharaoh Films across the board. What's up to Craig, photographer, my guy, my frat, one of my frats. We got a lot coming up. Tune in. 2 weeks we'll have Ad Capone on the show. What else do we got coming up? I'm trying to think. We got a lot of interesting things coming up. Pharaoh's working on a new movie. Shout out to the Venus Lounge. Let me see. Oh, matter of fact, Camouflage ain't here tonight. Camouflage, condolences to Camouflage. Our other co-host, he has loss in the family, so definitely our condolences and prayers out to Camouflage and his family. You know me, I'm Deshaun. You can find me on IG at Cognac_Confessionals. On Facebook, Cognac Confessionals. YouTube, Cognac Confessionals. And if you personally know me, you know my personal page, but that's only if you know me. Other than that, you can find me I ain't gonna say that one. You can find me where I'm at. Why? Because that's where I'll be. And as usual, now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, catch y'all in 2 weeks. Be safe. Make sure it cut off because I don't think it did. Craig, do me a favor. Push the button on top of the Mevo.
Hi.
Hold it down.